Is that right? Hello. Today I want to talk about inspirational stuff. I want to talk about really meaningful, deep stuff. And I fear that my words are going to go blah 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 and won't sound as cool as other speeches in history. But hey, we'll get there. Get on the side of my head, you dang hair. Now, what I want to talk about pretty much is kind of how to be successful in life, like how to be successful in YouTube, how to be successful in this, and just how to live life and be good. Because so many people, and I'm going to quote Seal for this one, Seal with the song, in a world full of people, only someone to fly. Isn't that crazy? Crazy, and it is crazy, you know? Because in a world full of people, only someone to fly. Someone to fly. Because if you think about it, you got people, it's the rat race of the world. You go to sleep, you wake up, you have some breakfast, you get grumpy because you have to go to work, to a job you don't really like. You work at that job for a bit, you say hello to some people, you go home, you watch some TV, you watch some YouTube. Watch YouTube, by the way, it's really good. But you watch YouTube, and then you go to bed, and then that's it, that's your day. And then the next day you do the same. And that's your life, day after day after day. And you think, yeah, tomorrow is going to be great. Because you're thinking, yeah, I just got to work this little bit till I get to this point. Yeah, I just got to work a little bit till I get to this point, sort of thing, in your job, or like doing something in your job that you don't like, and you keep doing it so that you get to the next big point, which you probably won't like anyway. You're always working for this thing which is coming tomorrow. And really, you have to be thinking about the now and be sort of impressed in you're just impressed with what's happening now rather than always living in the future. What's going to happen in the future? How good are things going to be then? Yada yada yada. And I'm kind of stuck there right now. I'm thinking like, oh, in the future it's going to be good. But that's because I kind of have a goal. Main goal is to make YouTube a full-time job, because YouTube is what I love doing. I've discovered this. I love creating stuff and doing funny things and then putting them up on YouTube and just like sharing stuff on YouTube, sharing like yourself on YouTube. And that'll be like one of the main goals. And then I know I'm just thinking like, yeah, once I get to that point, oh, it'll all be good. But it will kind of be pretty good. I mean, because then there's so much more I can do because I'll just have so much more time. Anyway, most people, they get up, go to work, do jobs that they don't like. That's some other stuff I wanted to say. What was it? And yeah, here's the reason I think that most people don't generally do amazing things with their life, and they kind of have regrets and stuff. And they don't get too far. And the reason I think that is because people give up. Because doing things that are worth it takes a lot of hard work. It's really hard. And it takes you a long time to get there. Like on YouTube, like I'm still kind of small, but I think we've had some pretty good success with the Sam Tom News Funky Army. But it's taken like 6 months. 6 months? I think I did it in August. Like in the middle of this year is when I started, so not quite 6 months, but and it takes a long time to build it, doing things every week. So this is not an instant success thing. Like some people, yeah, they'll have one big hit and then they're like instant success. But for the majority, like there are exceptions, for the majority, if you want to do something amazing on YouTube or anywhere, it's going to be a lot of hard work. And that's the thing you have to think about, is that yeah, it's going to be hard, but the reason that most people don't make it, and the reason there's only a few sort of big YouTubers and stuff, is because most people quit. And like why there's only a few big people in anything is because I think a lot of people quit, and it's gone through my mind a lot as well. Like, oh, this isn't working out, I'm just going to give up, rah, rah, rah. But then you got to think, no, it's worth doing. If it's worth doing, you got to keep on going and keep on doing it. And like, I was watching a bit of David Icke the other day, and David Icke is all sort of conspiracy theories stuff sort of thing, and like I agree with some things he says, some things are weird, but a good bit of advice that he had was that he used to do talks. He used to set up the chairs for a talk and then present it to an empty room. Then he'd pack up the chairs, no one would come to his talks and all that, but he kept going, he kept trying it, and now he sells out theatres doing his talks and presentations all around there. And that's the thing. Because society says, and school says, Like, you go to school and you get taught how to be an employee, how to do a job, and how to do a thing, how to work for someone else. And kids, they say, oh, I want to be a rock star, I want to be a famous artist and stuff like that. And yes, that's what you should be doing, following your dreams, going for it. Because if you get stuck in a job and then you think, oh, later I'll do that creative thing, yada, yada, yada. No, you never actually end up doing it. You're going to be stuck in your job until you're old, and then you have a life full of regret. You have to force yourself to be creative and do that awesome thing. That's what's good about YouTube. If you do YouTube stuff, even if you like doing music or singing or just whatever creative thing that you do, YouTube's good because it kind of forces you to do the awesome thing. Because that's what I found with the Sam Time News, like doing those cool funny videos. Every Tuesday have to release a video. It's like you have to do it. And then once you get a few people sort of following you and like your stuff, then you're responsible to make great stuff for them to watch and all that. So you have to force yourself to do these things. And you can create like arbitrary deadlines and all that, but the way, at least I know with my willpower, and I think with a lot of people's willpower, is that you're not going to keep to those dates if it's just arbitrary and there's nothing sort of forcing you really to do it other than just your mind and your willpower, because we're weak in the brain. It's hard to do that stuff. But if you have the thing where you have to do it, you have to release it because the people are waiting, or you have to do it, so you do it. And that's what's good about it. It's like, I just say, my dad, he's sort of done with his work. What he's trying to do, he's trying to now go into comedy. And what he's going to do is, before he gets a car, because he had a car with work, but now that he's not doing the work, he won't have a car for a while. And because he lives out in sort of like the bush, he's not going to have much transportation. But that's a good thing, because he's going to force himself to just kind of kaboom, focus on the comedy and get fully in that. And that's what's great about like the great people. They focus on things so hard and intensely that they become amazing at it. The focus that other people who are working the jobs and doing other normal life stuff, they don't give themselves the time to really focus on stuff. And that's what you really have to do. You really have to force yourself to focus and be awesome. Force yourself to do it. Another thing I just want to say, like people who are successful at anything, you just see their success, and I do this a lot, like, oh, why are they successful? Why can't I be successful? Why isn't it working for me? But you see them at like how they are now, at their sort of top, at their peak. But you don't see them when they're first starting out, the years that they've done to sort of grow and do all this cool stuff. Like, I was watching an interview with Olga Kay. If you know Olga Kay, she has a whole bunch of channels. But in the interview, she said there was no sort of big explosion of YouTube success. It all came in little increments, and you just slowly build it up and stuff like that. And even PewDiePie, he says like, oh, don't do any weird gimmicks and like giveaways and what was that, Hutch? Maybe Hutch as well. And like sort of the cheap stuff where you spam people and that, because that's not going to get you there like in the long time. You're best doing real good content, and then people will follow you. And I've experienced it here. You get people following you, and then you get some people like just out of the blue who have like a bit of their own following, then kind of say to their people, hey, check out this guy, and then you get like sort of little pops in sort of subscribers or followers. Damn it! And then your camera runs out of memory right in the middle of a point you're trying to make. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that pretty much things come at you as a surprise sometimes. Like you can try your best and you keep going with things, and then you just have to trust that good things are going to happen, that it's all going to work out. And like that's what I've noticed, like just things come out of the blue where you've got people see your stuff and say that's pretty damn good, and then they like share it around, and that's, you just got to trust that good things are happening. And you don't know, you can start a YouTube channel and then you don't know what's going to happen. You could have companies asking you like to do stuff for them, ads for them, and all sorts of weird things. You could do like even radio, whatever. Like whatever you're doing, as long as you keep doing it, you have to trust that things are going to happen. These opportunities are going to show up, and you have to take them when you see them. And yeah, that's what you got to do. Anyway, just do stuff. Whatever you want to do it and keep doing it, because if you love it, you're going to keep doing it. You're going to put all your energy into it anyway. And don't quit. If you know it's good, don't quit. Don't be like everyone who's normal. Normal's boring. Who wants to be normal? You see normal people having normal conversations like, oh, I'm very normal today. How normal are you? Well, just take this normal example where I did something very normal. Oh, isn't that very normal? Oh, boring. Weird people are interesting. Weird people are good. We all have to be different and cool. Just all do our own thing and just be awesome and cool and different. And don't be normal. See, even watching the Apple ad, there's an Apple ad, the old one, where it's like, think different. Where it says, like, the people who are crazy enough to think they change... Blah. People who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Be crazy, be different, be weird, don't quit, go for it, funky bye.